The Vault Keeper Wixwell fusion has begun inside of Raid Shadow Legends. And we're going to be talking about this champion, what you need to do to get him, is he worth it? All here today. But before we do, guys, if you want to play Raid Shadow Legends and get started with an epic champion, scan that QR code, follow the link down there in the description. Really appreciate all that support. This legendary from the Sacred Order is very, very interesting. He's a defense-based champion. I like the way he looks quite a bit here. He does have an increased defense in all battles for his aura here. On his passive, we have at the start of each round places a counterattack buff on this champion that cannot be removed. And then also at the end of this champion's turn, basically replaces that counterattack, which that's not the big deal here. We're really interested in this A3 right here. Places 2 intercept stacks on target allies. On the A3, we got place 2 intercept stacks on target ally. Also places a 60% increased defense and a shield on all allies proportional to this champion's defense. But what's the intercept? That's the thing here. Intercept is new. What is it? Well, essentially, intercept is going to block any attempt to place a crowd control debuff on a champion. So this is like stun, sleep, freeze, provoke, fears. It's basically going to stop that, even sheep and petrification. So that's really, really nice. And we're going to get 2 stacks of that on a champion. As it says here, you can get receive multiple stacks, and each intercept stack will only block 1 attempt at placing crowd control debuffed. After the attempt, it will be removed. So there's no duration and can't have its duration increased or decreased. That's a really interesting part. Can't be spread, so it's basically going to be on that champion until they receive a debuff that is going to be intercepted. And you pair that with the increased defense and shield, and I like this quite a bit. He's going to be a really, really nice defensive champion. I'm really interested to see like how he's going to do in like Hydra along with other places. He also on the A2 has attack all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a decrease attack debuff for 2 turns, and also increases duration of ally buffs for a turn. So that's really, really nice, but also increases the value of all shields on all allies, increase the number of buffs which they had their duration increase. So that's really nice. And then on the A1 has a chance of placing provoke, 80% chance if it's a boss, so you can pretty much get that up to 100%. So I feel like in Hydra, he's going to be a really nice Hydra champion, especially for an account like mine. Like, I need someone like him. I always say that. I say that with every fusion. I need this guy, and then I barely use him. But let's talk about what it's going to take to get him. We're going to have to fuse all of these champions here, and it's going to be a little bit grindy. So if we take a look here, this is the fusion event calendar. Right now, we have Dungeon Divers and Dragon Tournament going on through Sunday, and then we have a champion chase along with champion training event. I'm actually looking forward to the champion training event because I need to work on some champions for my Lady Mikage. So I've been waiting for this to start. Champion chase, we are going to have to pull a little bit, so hopefully you got some shards saved up. Then we got artifact enhancement, classic arena, ice golem, dungeon divers 2. So nothing too bad here. We're just going to need some energy. We have another artifact enhancement, fire night tournament, champion training again, and then another summon rush here, kind of in tandem with the dungeon divers, classic arena, spider tournament, and artifact enhancement. Now the thing is, it seems like we're going to get one of these rare champions that we need for the fusion from each of the events. The dragon tournament that's going on right now, we got 1 available. However, there's 17 of these events, so you may be able to skip one of these events. We need 16 of these guys here. The Teryx, the restless defense, we need 16 of them. There's 17 events if you look at that event calendar. So we could potentially get away with not doing one of the summon rush events, which that could be pretty nice. But what we're going to do today is we're going to start on the dragon tournament here. We're just going to grind dragon 20. Honestly, I think for all of like the dragon, ice golem, spider, those type of deals, I think you want to just go with the cheapest way to go about it. We also have dungeon divers, which is going to take a little bit of work to get to another Teryx there. So we're just going to go about it as quickly as possible. For me, I'm going to be running dragon 20, spider 20, ice golem 20, fire knight 20. Those are all my fastest dungeons. Although we do have a nice speed group or speed artifacts boosted here. But again, we're just going to run it at 20. That gives us usually the best output of artifacts, the best output for these tournaments, and it does go pretty quickly. I mean, my Dragon 20 team's like a minute and a half here. We get the Seer in there just for crowd control. We got Royal Guard. I actually just recently rebuilt my Royal Guard, so he might even be a little bit faster. And I've gotten pretty big influx of new champions, so I might even hop over to Hell Hades and check out the team optimizer and just see if there's anything a little bit faster so we can grind this. But the one thing I will say is try to be mindful and don't use more energy than you need to. This is going to be really grindy, and remember, you have over the course of a few days. You don't have to get it all done on the first day. That's one thing I know I'm very guilty of it, where I just go in there and I want to grind it all the first day. You don't have to grind it all the first day. You could do it over the course of a day. Use those daily bonuses where, you know, attacking in classic arena gets you an energy refill. Use all that stuff to your advantage, and we should be able to get through here. Oh, can we get a 1 minute? Oh, just a little bit over a minute here. But again, it's going to go really quickly. This is what I'm going to do. So I guess we'll grind out the Dragon Tournament. We'll get just through where we need to be, and I'll kind of see where that puts us with the artifact or the Dungeon Diver as well. So nice, a good little solid raid right there. Let's keep it going, and I'll be back with you guys soon. All right, guys, so we got the Dragon Tournament done here, so we can grab that first rare champion. Not too shabby there, but I'm kind of curious how far that progresses us in Dungeon Divers. Yeah, so still quite a bit of work to do in Dungeon Divers. So I'll probably just end up running Dragon so I can get that epic book. And let's see, we still got 2.5 days on this one, so still plenty of time on it. But I probably will finish out the Dragon Tournament and then kind of work on the Dungeon Divers in the meantime. But let me know, guys, how are you guys feeling about Vault Keeper Wixwell? Is he a must fuse? Is it a meh? Is it a pass? Let me know what you guys are thinking. I think I like him quite a bit. I think he's going to help some of my Hydra teams. I'm trying to build depth at Hydra teams and get 3 solid teams, so I think he will add to that for me personally. I also kind of want to mess around with empowering champions, since we can empower epics, but I don't even know who I would empower here. Maybe like an RG, like a Royal Guard here. But also, like, that messes with my faction guardians, so I don't know. I don't even know if I can really empower too many epics. Maybe we'll take a look at that in a future episode. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. You guys have a great day. Keep on clash bashing.